I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
I must be a nightmare for people like you. Otherwise, why would you try to strike us down? I am not gonna let it happen. In this episode of the Side Hustle to Win experience, this is where we get together to discuss the issues that you really care about. In this episode, we are gonna talk about what happened to my channel, why SoftradeAI should hire me as a spokesperson. That's not clickbait, I'll get into why. And wrap it up with my final thoughts about SoftradeAI. To start with, can you feel the energy? Sometimes you just know it, an episode is gonna be good. I can feel it. This episode is about to get lit. To start with, let's talk about what happened to my channel. Now, a little over a week ago, my channel was struck down so fast that I didn't even get a chance to respond to it. In fact, when you click on my channel now, you get this. This page isn't available. Sorry about that. Try searching for something else. Now, they exploited a flaw in the YouTube copyright system and was able to do this without me getting a chance to respond. In fact, this has been such a problem. Obviously, first thing I did was try to go on YouTube and try to figure out what I can do and figure out what could be done about this. It's been such a problem for people that there is now a petition going around by a YouTuber with a lot more subscribers than me. Millions of subscribers had the same thing happen to him. And he started a petition, YouTube fixed the copyright protection system. I'm gonna link to that in the description below. Please consider signing a petition to let YouTube know this is a problem. The fact that they can do this without any response from the YouTube creator themselves, that is a big problem. We're just trying to make the system a little bit more fair so that when somebody makes copyright strikes against you, you get a chance to respond to it, especially when they're fake. I mean, what are they claiming copyright to? My voice? My thoughts? My experiences in these passive income platforms? Almost 2 years of my YouTube life gone, just like that. 2 years of my blood, sweat, and tears, my ideas, my content, gone. Now, your boy Side Hustle, I'll be honest, I was a little shook. I thought about it and I said to myself, this is just a side hustle for me. Do I even want to keep going at this, right? Keep doing this. I mean, I don't rely on this. What am I doing it for? Then I thought to myself, that's not what this is about. What this is about is very simple, because at the very least, this is cyberbullying. At the very worst, it's fraud. And they're trying to commit damage on my personal well-being and the community's well-being for me trying to get the truth out there about SoftradeAI. Because the channel strikes came shortly after I started releasing a video series, SoftradeAI. First video, I talked about how the math didn't add up. Second video, I talked about how Ryan Baines is actually hosting a YouTube channel doing WWE content instead of trading and AI algorithm that he was claiming. And then third video, I showed YouTube Fiverr ads that Ryan Baines, aka Marco Stevic, was running, where he said on Facebook Fiverr ads that he is a digital spokesperson. You can hire him to do high quality videos with him as the spokesperson. Shortly after that, the YouTube strikes came. And they were smart. They spread the strikes around to all the other content besides SoftradeAI to try to get me throw off the scent, right? That way, I don't think it's SoftradeAI. And in the fake strikes, the claimants, they have an email address. They used an email address which referenced a prominent YouTuber. So it made it seem like that I should go after that other person because that person is the one that submitted a fake copyright strike against me, right? Now, I don't know if that is true, which is why I'm not gonna dox that email address and I'm not gonna talk about that person, because obviously they could have had a chance to use just anybody's email address. They could just, randomly put something down and YouTube would be like, okay, that's your email address, and try to throw me off the scent some more. That's not gonna happen, right? Because that's not what this channel is about. We're about bringing each other up instead of tearing each other down. So the funny part is I did not have most of my videos saved, right? The only videos that I really had saved was the 3 SoftradeAI videos that I did recently. So then I re-uploaded them on my new channel that you're watching now because they weren't, didn't have any fake copyright strikes against them, so I can re-upload those videos. And now I'm talking about why I'm going to restart this channel while I try to sort all this stuff out. And it's because of this. Internet and crypto. Internet is about freedom. It's about freedom to speak. It's giving voice to all those people that didn't get a chance to voice their thoughts, their ideas, their opinions. And crypto is about decentralization. None of this centralized censorship stuff that they're doing right now. Crypto is giving you passive income opportunities to people that never had a chance at these opportunities before. So what internet and crypto bring together is the idea that something like this can't happen. And I'm not gonna let it happen. Because I always talked about my subscribers are some of the smartest people on the internet. They're part of that top 5% that can think for themselves. And all my subscribers that I've got during the 2 bear market years that I've been on YouTube, behind every single one of those numbers is an actual person with actual opinion that recognize the value of my content. And some of you subscribe to the channel just for me to give updates about Apex arbitraging, where I'm one of the last YouTubers that talk about it. And now when you click on my channel, you're gonna see that it's missing and you're gonna feel abandoned. Well, I'm not abandoning you if you don't abandon me. Please do not give up on me, and I will not give up on you. Like this video, resubscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload new content. We have to show these people that they can't win, that something like this will not stand, because I'm not gonna let that stand. I'm not gonna let that slide with me. And now I kind of understand. Remember how in my videos before, I talked about why is it in a couple of days of me digging about SoftradeAI, I found out all this stuff, and then people were talking about SoftradeAI for months, and they did not find any of this? It's because of this. Something like this could happen to them. If they spoke the whole truth, most of them probably either know something about it, or they know it and they don't talk about it. And the reason for that is, let's pretend that's all I do, right? I'm one of the larger YouTubers, and all I do is post content about making these videos and getting people to join these platforms. If I got my channel removed, there goes my life. There goes my whole entire lifestyle, right? I can't support myself anymore. So that's the reason why they don't talk about the whole truth. They only show you half of it, which is the reason why I talk about the whole truth, because I have nothing to lose now, right? What are they gonna do? Take away my channel? Oh, my bad, they already done that. And guess what? I'm still here. And if I'm being perfectly honest, if I was one of the bigger YouTubers or somebody that gets a lot of referral commissions from people joining platforms or using their link, I probably would do the same, right? I'm not gonna risk my own livelihood because that's what I depend on. Which is why you need to follow better people in crypto. You can't just follow all the big YouTubers that they all say the same thing, right? Once you hear one YouTube video, you pretty much heard the same thing because it's like an echo chamber. Once one person says it, everybody else pretty much says the same stuff. You need to follow people that actually do some deep digging and break it down for you with that side hustle perspective. Show you the other side. Somebody like me that, guess what? I can't be bought because I don't rely on this. For me, this is a side hustle. I don't get a ton of referral commissions. Trust me, I don't. I barely get any. Because I don't pump platforms. I don't sit there, oh, get in, get in, get in. That's not what this channel is about. It talks about my experiences in these platforms I get into, why I like them and why I don't like them. I don't sit there and try to pump you and suck you into these platforms. Whereas these other YouTubers, if that's what they rely on, is making content on YouTube, or a large chunk of their referral commissions is coming from these YouTube videos, they can't afford to risk that. So you also need to follow people that will tell you the whole truth. And now we're going to get into the part why SoftradeAI should hire me as a spokesperson. I know you've been waiting for that, right? To start with, there are two big reasons why. Number one, I did not know, but I'm kind of a big deal in the crypto passive income platform sphere. When I started to talk about SoftradeAI, everybody who's anybody started talking about SoftradeAI. Even people that never talked about SoftradeAI before. I stirred up controversy about the platform, which garnered more interest than ever for SoftradeAI. Right? When I first released my videos, a lot of YouTubers were like, oh my gosh, he's been exposed. Ryan Baines has been exposed. It's a scam. Let's pour our links. Let's pour our links. And then after a little while after that, then you know these YouTubers, what did they start saying? Oh, it's not a scam. It's paying, right? It's paying. So, you know, if it's paying, it's not a scam. Guess what? They did the same redirection trick that I talked about in my last video that Ryan Baines did to everybody else. Look at the shiny object in my left hand while reaching your pocket with my right hand and continue to take the money out of it. Those people, a lot of YouTubers actually pull their links and they stop talking about it. Those I give props to because obviously they care about their subscribers. But some of the bigger YouTubers actually put their links back on and say, hey, if it's paying, you should get in. Well, guess what? Those people who got in, bought those $3,000 package, the $5,000 package right around the last week or two, it's not going to look very well for them. But hey, there was a lot of interest, and that's what I did. I generated a lot of interest in the platform. I probably brought a lot of traffic into it because a lot of people started looking at SoftradeAI and it's like, oh, why is everybody talking about this? And then reason number two, I exposed all the Ryan Baines, actor on Fiverr, hosting a WWE channel, which by the way, he admitted himself. Right? He admitted himself. I'm not telling you anything that it's not true that the man himself hasn't admitted. So with that, the scare of him being a Fiverr actor and hosting WWE content, that's gone, right? Now it's all out there. It's all out there and people didn't seem to care when the YouTubers were pumping it. The last 2 weeks or so, people didn't care. They're like, oh yeah, it's still paying. It's still paying. I know what you're going to talk about. The fact that, oh, well, it's not paying anymore. I'll get into that at the end. So now SoftradeAI has those 2 points. Just on that alone, if there's nobody else talking about SoftradeAI anymore, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be very few people talking about SoftradeAI now. If there's no more interest in the platform, that platform is going to die out. Which is why they should hire me as a spokesperson. I will be glad to continue to put my time and effort into talking about SoftradeAI if they hire me. I mean, they hired Marco Stevic, Ryan Baines. Why not me, right? Give me something to talk about. I'll talk about it for you. And they have a Dubai event coming up. There's still a chance for them to convince me that SoftradeAI is legit if they can show me two things. And if you're actually going to this Dubai event, you should demand to see what those two things are. And I will make another video talking about these two things if I can get 30 subscribers on this channel or 15 likes on this video. Show me that SoftradeAI deserves this second look, right? Because I'm always willing to adapt to new information. I always say that, adapt to new information. But as of right now, I hope you took my advice in my last videos. Took out whatever funds you could, withdraw your 50% of your deposit because at least you get that back, and keep withdrawing as much as possible, as fast as possible, because eventually that platform is not going to last. And now we get into my final thoughts about SoftradeAI. You don't need me to tell you, but guess what? Remember I talked about in the first couple of videos about SoftradeAI that the first packages are going to mature and people are going to want the 50% of their deposit back as their package matures, and they're supposed to get your 50% of deposit back, right? That there might be problems with the platform withdrawing. First, it was limiting the withdrawals to 1,000 instead of whatever amount you liked, which really sucks for somebody like Wesley Davis, who invested a ton of money and was able to withdraw $5,000 a day, now down to $1,000 a day. And the withdrawals used to be almost instantaneous, a couple minutes, now takes hours upon hours, even days. And the best part is they said, oh, coronavirus. It's been hard on the Forex market, so on and so forth. Now, if you're such a genius about the Forex market, right? We're just gonna take a quick look at this chart here. This is a chart of US dollars to Chinese yuan. And as you can see, US dollars to Chinese yuan has been going up, right? Because as the coronavirus hits the markets, Chinese yuan should get hit the hardest because the disease originated in China and they have the most quarantines, they have the most affected cases, which is why you see their Chinese yuan against the US dollars keep going down. Now, if you were not so great at trading Forex and you bought the Chinese yuan, well, you've seen it keep going down, obviously. And that would be a bad trade. But if you're supposed to be a genius, you can easily take the other side of that, buy in here as you see, oh, you know what, this coronavirus might be serious and it's, they're quarantining people and there's a lot of cases, they're shutting down cities. I better buy USD versus Chinese yuan because I think USD is going to be better as Chinese yuan suffers from all this virus talk. Boom, goes up. If you're such a genius, you should be able, and you promise 5% profits a day, you should be able to recognize this trend ahead of time. The coronavirus should be an opportunity for you, not a detriment. But that's not the case. Because now, they have temporarily suspended withdrawals. You can't even withdraw, period. I hope you withdraw your 50% of your capital. I hope Wesley Davis saw my last video, got a chance to watch it and said, hey, you know what? I gotta take my funds out because this is not looking good. And I hope you took that funds out and added into some of the platforms I talked about. One new one, which I will be talking about, and I'm gonna leave a link in the description below, is a brand new opportunity called Kangot. I took a look at it and I'm seriously a little FOMO over it, and I put a heavy deposit into it. I'm gonna make another video talking about it, but I hope you took your funds out and you diversified it into other things, because now it looks like if they suspended withdrawals, it's never good. Oh, by the way, they shut down their Telegram channel. That's also not good. Why would you shut down a Telegram channel if everything is great? You only shut things down if things are going bad. And then you could say, oh, you know what, there's a lot of scammers on Telegram and they want to stop scammers from that. Okay, well then, SoftradeAI has a Facebook group, right? This is SoftradeAI's website. We click on the Facebook link and we get this. Sorry, this content isn't available right now. Now that is definitely not good, because now you don't have a way to reach SoftradeAI via Telegram, and you don't have a way to reach SoftradeAI via Facebook. What do you have left? This is the start of bad stuff. It's not good. But hey, I'm open. I'm still open, right? I talked about it before. If SoftradeAI can show two things to me, if I was going to buy, they can show two things to me, they can change my thought about it. Now, of course, I'm not talking about paying me, right? That's not one of the two things. But now, if Ryan Baines and SoftradeAI decide to pay me $1 million, your boy SideHustle is going to be straight with you. But Ryan, I will host that WWE channel for you, make all the content on wrestling, and you can concentrate on SoftradeAI and, take it to the moon, right? To the moon with all the funds. But that's if they pay me $1 million, I'm going to let you know ahead of time. Hey, SoftradeAI pay me $1 million, they changed my mind. But that's not it. The two things that you should demand to see is something else. So I hope that you took heed of my advice about SoftradeAI, because I made the ultimate sacrifice to get the truth out there. I lost my channel. Ask yourself, would any of those other YouTubers you follow do something like that? And if they wouldn't, you probably need to follow better people in crypto. I want to finish up by giving a couple thanks and support for those that reached out to me. There's so many people, and I'm sure that I got a ton of private messages and all that. I just want to thank every single one of you for reaching out to me, giving me tips, giving me support, because I thought about quitting, to be honest, right? But because of people like that, YouTubers that reached out to me, my subscribers that reached out to me, people that I didn't even know reached out to me, pumping me up, giving me pro tips about keep pushing forward, don't let stuff like this happen, is the reason why I'm continuing to do this. I'm going to keep it pushing so that we can keep it pushing as a community, as a channel. We're gonna make it through this and we're gonna come out the other end even better. You've been enjoying the content in this video? Here are a few other videos that I think you'd be into. If you have not done so by now, please like, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. And as always, leave things better than when you found them and get your hustle on.